Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another Monday, another week. And for those of you who don't know me, my name's Rebecca, and I'm a holistic health coach, a mentor, and a homeopath. And I use all these skills and a few more to help support as many busy women as I can to feel as healthy and as happy and as productive as they would like to feel. And most importantly, how to actually stay that way. So if you're joining me live, which you can do every Monday at 10 o'clock for these messages, then you're very welcome. And if you're watching the replay, you're equally welcome. What these messages are, my Monday messages, are really just part of my commitment to supporting you to be able to regulate your own feelings and emotions, no matter what life throws at you. So you will be much less triggered by other people, other circumstances, anything like that, if you're able to understand yourself better and be able to regulate yourself. So that's what these messages are all about. It's just a focus or a theme or an idea or a simple practice that you can use during the week to help you to do that. So today I was put in mind of something that I'm sure will resonate with you, because it's something that pops up regularly for me. And in fact, it came up only this morning. So that's why I decided to talk about it. And that is resistance. So I'm just going to ask any of you who are watching, just let me know if you have, with a yes or a no, or a thumbs up or thumbs down, have you ever tried to incorporate a change, some kind of new routine or new thing in your life, in your daily life, only to find that it becomes too difficult to sustain, and just within a week, a month, whatever, you're not doing it anymore, and you're right back to what you have always done? So do let me know if that's the case. It's something that I think we all encounter. And that's why it's very important to me, as part of what I do, to be able to give you or actually give you access to the tools that you already have to be able to sustain good choices for yourself, better choices. And it's that lack of ability to sustain things that often trips us up. And that really is just about recognizing resistance and seeing it for what it is and doing it anyway. Sounds easy, doesn't it? So this morning, I just wanted to give you a couple of tips for dealing with that. And I'll give you an example. This morning, the way it came up for me was that I'm working with a very dear friend at the moment on just strengthening up my muscles and my body, my physical body, basically. And although I do quite a lot of exercises, I'm a dedicated Qigong I have a dedicated Qigong practice. I do that daily, and I do walk a lot and things like that, but I don't really do any weight-bearing exercise. And the more I read about it, the more vitally important that is as part of your healthy self-care regime, if you like, particularly if you're an older woman and maybe post-menopausal. But it's kind of important at any stage, really, is to do some kind of weight-bearing exercise. Anyway, I digress. I decided, when my friend told me this was part of what we were going to do, it's something I've never done before. I've had no interest in going to gyms or anything like that ever in my life. In fact, repetitive exercises like that leave me cold, really. But this time something landed, and I thought, yeah, that makes sense. That seems like that's a logical step for me to do, given what I want to achieve. So anyway, I digress. This morning was the first proper morning that I had set aside to get up slightly earlier to do that routine. And it's only twice a week that I have to do it. And what happens is little voice comes in when the alarm goes off and just starts whispering sweet nothings in my ear, starts saying, oh, Rebecca, you're so warm, you're so comfortable, why don't you stay here? Doesn't matter, you can do it tomorrow. One more day doesn't make any difference. Just keep warm and stay where you are. It's more important that you're comfortable and that you're warm and cozy and getting a little bit more sleep. So I recognised this voice, and I've called her a long time ago. I called her Rita Resistance. And at that point, obviously, I have a choice. I had a choice. I could listen to her and I could say, yeah, you're right. I'm going to stay in bed. It's lovely here. Yeah, never mind about the rest. Or I could say, okay, thanks very much. I'm hearing what you're saying. I've actually decided that what I'm going to do actually is going to benefit me more. So I'm going to do it. Anyway, thankfully, that is what I did. And the benefits I'm already feeling, not from the exercise, a bit early for that, but actually just in terms of time. Actually, it's given me more time in the morning, and I'm much more relaxed this morning than I would normally be. And it felt good to do the exercises, and I thought, yeah, I'm on my way anyway. So I've remembered those feelings, and that's part of what I want to invite you to do this morning. So there are for me, there are two components to resisting your resistance. And the first one is to recognise, well, what is it? Why does it come up? And what it is really is it's your subconscious trying to protect you, trying to keep you safe and warm and dry and not challenged, not risk-free, if you like. So I think of my little character who pops up as being kind of like an overbearing parent, an overprotective parent. When you think about very protective parents and kind of, most of our instincts as parents go along with this, is we want to keep our children as safe and risk-free as possible, because they're precious and we want to keep them safe and, in cotton wool and all of those things if we can. It's a very kind of basic primal instinct to want to do that. And we need to feel safe as well. So every time we choose to do something that's going to just challenge us a little bit, or perhaps be a little bit unfamiliar, then that means that we're sort of stepping outside our comfort zone, even if it's a tiny bit. So our parent, who wants nothing but the best for us, steps in and goes, are you sure about this? Are you sure? Would you not rather stay safe where I can keep an eye on you? And if you think about how children grow and part of their maturity and ability to cope in the world is to move gently away from needing other people to do things for them, that it always involves a little bit of risk taking, a little bit of let's just push ourselves and just see where we go kind of thing. So that's what that voice is. It's just a reminder that it's really nice to stay safe and warm and unchallenged. And at that point, you still have a choice. You can actually say, yeah, mum or dad or whatever, you're right. Actually, that's better for me. Or you can recognise that although you might be feeling temporarily a little bit uncomfortable initially because it's unfamiliar or it's new or whatever, that ultimately the benefits that whatever you've chosen to do are going to outweigh the momentary feelings of discomfort. So that leads me on to the second part of how you resist your resistance. And that is whenever you choose to do something new, adopt a new habit, get up earlier, try a new exercise, walk if you haven't walked before, try a new food, whatever it is, be absolutely as clear as you can about the benefits that it's going to bring to your personal life. Not because somebody else has told you that it worked for them, not because you've read it in a magazine, not, none of those things, although they might be good, they might trigger you. If you don't feel the benefits for you personally, and you aren't able to identify how beneficial they are for you, then you're going to be very vulnerable to that little voice that pops up. You're always going to actually go, yeah, actually, it's much more important to me to be comfortable and warm and stay safe. So that's what I would encourage you to do, is to remember that you've got a sort of little overprotective parent within you, and actually don't think she doesn't have a positive role. It is good to just examine whether something is safe for you, on occasion. And, once you get to grips with it, then she doesn't need to come out as often. It certainly doesn't come out for me as often as she used to. So it's kind of making friends with your overprotective parents, if you like, within you, and saying, yeah, thanks, I've heard you, I've got this, though I've actually decided it's actually better for me to do this than stay safe. And the other thing is, obviously, to do that, you need to have identified what those benefits are, and you really need to feel those benefits, what differences those things are going to make to your life. So as soon as you've done it once or twice, whatever it is, really spend time noticing how differently you feel. And that's going to help you each morning when you have to get up early or do something differently. And that's going to help your overbearing parent side, if you like, to remember that, no, actually it's okay, because we do feel better when we do this, and it is safe to do it. So I hope that makes sense. It works for me. My little overbearing parent, my overprotective parent, does come up because she has a role to play. Now I have these tools, though, I'm much better at actually sustaining any change that I decide is beneficial for me. So I'm ready to do my second lot of exercises later on this week. But do let me know what you think about what I've just said, and whether it's familiar to you, and whether you think you can use the two sides that I've given you to help you kind of resist your resistance. If you are having quite big regular problems with not being able to sustain things that you really want to do, then you might want to work with me one-to-one. I can help you to do that in a way that suits you. For more information, do pop to my website, and the address is in the post with this video. And you can always register for a free call there with me, and we can have a chat about exactly how I can support you. So thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic week as ever. And see you next Monday at 10 o'clock. Take care. Bye.